besties, what's up? My name is Meg. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are starting a official series on my channel. As you saw in my summer reading vlog, we got some blind date with the books from Books A Million. And let's just say, since that video, I then went back and I bought some more. So we currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 blind date with the book, and there are a couple paranormal, suspense, thrillers, whatever. So I thought that for it being our first Tuesday in October, that it would be perfect for choosing our first blind date with a book. So I'm going to sift through the 7 that we have and pick out the ones that would be great for this spooky season type vibe that we're going for. Okay, besties, so we officially picked out 4 books that could be good contenders, and I want to read the prompts or tropes that is what's on the paper. So our first one that we have is, this one in particular was picked out by Shannon. So the genres are horror and supernatural. So an author returns to his childhood home in search of inspiration for his next novel. When he returns home, he discovers that the people in the town are mysteriously turning into bloodthirsty creatures due to an unforeseen supernatural entity. He must face the evil in a final confrontation to try and save the town he grew up in. Book number 2 is a thriller, mystery, suspense, dark academia with the tropes of unreliable narrator, Shakespearean tragedy, dark academia, found family, tragic hero/villain, and obsessive rivalry. Book number 3 is a paranormal romance. So it's a love letter to fandom, meta take on paranormal fiction, healing and growth, slow burn romance, secret island setting, and power dynamic. And then lastly is a YA thriller slasher, and it says a group of high school seniors on a scavenger hunt at the town carnival are stalked and killed by a masked killer. The story focuses on one young woman who tries to survive and uncover the killer's motives, which are tied to the victim's fears and specific to her. So those are the books that we have. I just eliminated 2. So I eliminated the dark academia, thriller, mystery, suspense, and I am eliminating the YA thriller slasher. So that leaves us the horror, supernatural, and the paranormal romance. I'm not sure if I feel like I'm in the mood for a romance, so I'm kind of leaning towards this one in particular. I kind of think we're gonna choose this one, the horror supernatural, the one about the author returning to his childhood home. Okay, I was totally taken off guard. The week of Halloween I have planned. We were supposed to be reading my first Stephen King, and we got Salem's Lot by Stephen King. So we are indeed not going to be reading our first Stephen King by choice here. We are definitely reading it. Yeah. But anyways, let's get into reading. Once again, we are going to use our knife bookmark because I feel like that is what is acceptable at this point in time. Also, wanted to show off my book merch, which says read more books. I thought he was super cute and I couldn't help myself, so. Okay, besties, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I took a fat nap. I indeed took a nap. But we feel better. We feel a little bit more refreshed. But I believe we are under the prologue and we made it to number 5. We have the rest of the prologue to read, and then we are into chapter 1. So I do indeed have both therapy and a chiropractor appointment today. So what are we going to do? We're going to take Salem's Lot with us to these appointments. But before we do indeed do that, I just wanted to admit to you that I took a nap. I needed it, okay? I needed a nap. We're gonna, I think, at least finish up the prologue, and then I would like to at least get to chapter 2 at the very least. There is a part that is from Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House, which I indeed read in this video right here. Granted, I didn't give it the highest of ratings, but we still did indeed read it. So let me continue on reading. So we made it officially to chapter 2. I'm not sure what this style of formatting is, where it's like it's one chapter and then like within those chapters are like sub chapters. I should probably look it up, not gonna lie, because that's what I saw in Hill House, and when I tried reading Billy Summers by Stephen King, I saw that that was the same formatting, and I will bet that 11/22/63 is the same way. But anyways, we are now introduced to our main character, Ben. We keep getting flashbacks of a woman named Miranda, or like thought flashbacks that Ben is having. He met a girl named Susan, and so we're that far into the book, so obviously not that far. I really want to find out what this formatting is called, so I think we are going to do that real quick. I'm just using the AI overview from Google. It says, in fiction, subchapters, more commonly called sections or scene breaks, are typically formatted using a symbol or extra space to create a division within a chapter. It can be used for point of view shifts, time or location jumps, pacing, tonal shifts. Interesting. Right now, we have met our main character, Ben, and we are just now meeting this character who I presume will be important. Her name is Susan. I can't tell quite yet how old she might be. I can't tell if she's like high school age or anything like that. So I'm a little curious to see that way how things are going. But as of right now, we're getting a soda with Ben and Susan. Okay, so we are 44 pages into Salem's Lot. So far, not a lot is happening. We have met Ben Mears and Susan Norton, but not much is happening. We're getting a lot of background on the town right now as of where we are at. That's pretty much all that I can think of right now, is that we're just getting a lot of background information, so not a lot has happened. So far, this is feeling a lot like how I felt with Hill House, as far as like just being a little bored, but maybe that's just because like nothing of real, I don't want to say of real importance is happening yet, but of real stuff is going on. So good morning, besties. So we did not get a lot of reading done yesterday. We are only that far into Salem's Lot by Stephen King. So we are on page 45. We haven't even made it yet to chapter 3. We're close, but we haven't made it there yet. Today, luckily, I have no appointments of any kind. So we will be reading all day today, and everything like that. So let's get into reading. As you can see, I decorated for Halloween. I got my cute little ghosties and witches hats. Okay, besties, so we are just a little bit further into Salem's Lot by Stephen King. I am having quite a little bit of a hard time getting into Stephen King's writing. I'm not sure if it's because I'm used to different writing styles or what, but I indeed have now taken a nap 2 days in a row after starting to read it. We took a nap. Now we're up, but we got an energy drink because, you know, we need one. All around, so far the chapter that I'm in, it's going through different parts or like sub chapters, and it's going by timestamps as to all throughout the town. It's going timestamp by timestamp through all of the townspeople and everything like that, and kind of giving a little bit of background on all of them. I have heard that Stephen King does like to introduce a lot of characters all at once, so I figure that probably that is what is happening currently at where I'm at in the book. Am I liking it? I am honestly unsure, mostly because I've never read Stephen King. So like I said, like maybe I'm just not used to his writing style. Like I really don't know. But we're now sitting up, making sure that we can actually read. Nugget is currently in our lap under the covers. I'm very, very unsure so far on how I like Stephen King's writing. It keeps talking a lot about stuff that's happened. We are going to try to knock out as much reading as we can. I would hopefully like to be able to get to at least part 2 of the book today. Between today and tomorrow, I would like to be able to finish this book. So currently we are on page 83, so not very far in from when I last updated you, but like I said, I took a nap. It's been almost an hour and we have not made that much of a dent. We have made 3 pages because I think I said that I started on page like 83. I don't know if Stephen King's writing is for me. However, I have 3 other Stephen King books that I want to read. But where we're at, we're still at the part where it's giving a play-by-play of timestamps of everybody's coming and goings and everything like that. And so I think it's time that we really crack down onto our reading. So, okay, so something I do admire about Stephen King's writing, literally just turned off the camera, started reading again, and then found this, but is his prose. His prose are so good. Like, listen to this. The shadows were long now, and the daylight had taken on a curiously beautiful warmth, flat and golden, like something from a French Impressionist painting. Like, that just makes it sound so beautiful. Okay, besties, so it's a little while later. We actually have made a lot more progress we have than the past 2 days. We are that far into Salem's Lot. We are on page 136, chapter 5. So far, the 2 boys have gone into the woods and only one has returned. There's not only Ben Mears, who has shown up into town, but these other 2 men. However, only one of them is like actually in town and is making like public appearances. He says that his partner is off somewhere else, and that to me is odd. I'm slowly starting to get the story. I'm actually like gaining interest in it. Like finally it's starting to pick up a little bit, which is good considering that I've read it now for a day, and we have 376 pages left of the book to go. I think we can try and knock this out today, if not tomorrow. But I would like to be done with this between today and tomorrow. I wasn't sure how I was liking Stephen King's writing. My parents, my therapist, like everybody was like, well, what if you don't like the book or it gives you too much anxiety with how bad your anxiety is and all of these things. And I said that I would push through, that if anything, I could skim through things. However, with Blind Date with the books, I do not, 1, want a DNF, and 2, I want to complete the book as is. Therefore, to make the video worth it, would I rate the book at the end of the video? I don't know. It could be a lower rating. It could be a higher rating. Who knows? But with a Blind Date with the book, you gotta let the whole book go because it's a blind date for a reason. Like, you don't just show up at a date, only get the hi, hello, my name is, and then decide that that person's not for you. Like, no, you got to go through the whole date and see how you feel by the end of the date. Therefore, those are the rules, aka my rules for how I'm going to run the blind date with a book. Anyways, so we're starting to actually enjoy it. Not much of it is like horror-esque type yet, but you never know. Hi, besties. So we are currently that far into the book. We've made quite some progress within the last 2 hours. We are on page 172, and strange things are starting to happen in the town of Salem's lot. Like, just strange oddities are beginning to happen, and I don't know how or why, but they're all connected. Why? Because I feel like that's something, 1, Stephen King would do, and then 2, I feel like that's just the way that the story would go. It is a little eerie. I want to say that this one is under horror. Let us check. This one is definitely under horror. Nothing about it's really scaring me too much right now. Yeah, just nothing about it right now is just scaring me. So it's just all kind of eerie oddities that are happening. I don't necessarily think anything in particular. We are enjoying it so far. I know a lot of people are not into the horror thriller aspects, but now when I'm saying that, to me these are not horror, I also put up with a lot of spooky things. I love the paranormal. I love everything that can revolve around it being spooky. I just love it all. And so to have Salem's Lot be a book that I so happen to get is just crazy. Honestly, I don't even think that I've gotten to like the scary part yet. So to see whether or not we're scared is TBD. But as of right now, we are just kind of like impassive. That's all I have, really. We're reading and we found a phrase that honestly, it's not scary in my opinion, but I think very like foreshadowy. And it says, understand death? Sure, that was when the monsters got you. Well then. It's getting later. We have made significant progress. I think we are just a little bit, come on, bro. We are just a little bit at halfway, I think. We are, I want to say we're actually halfway. I think we're halfway. Do you think we're halfway? I think we're halfway. I did the math. We have 267 pages left to go. Boy, oh boy, things are happening. Things have really picked up. I think that this is something that maybe Stephen King does in his writing. Like I said, this is my first Stephen King book, so I don't personally know his writing style completely yet. However, Stephen King seems to give a lot of background of characters, what their importance in the story may be, everything like that. It almost makes me want to get like a bulletin board and write down like this person connects to this person in that way, and like just having a whole, because honestly, it's hard to remember who is who and like who does what. I literally have lost count of how many characters I've been introduced to, and I really don't know, bro. I really, really don't know anymore. So there's that, as well as we keep getting horror descriptions, yet I am not scared. This being said, between this video and last week's video, for those of you who don't know, this was last week's video, and it's really making me question whether or not the horror genre even scares me, or if it just gives me thriller vibes. I don't know. We're halfway. We've been introduced to our biggest problem, our biggest evil, as it says on the back, like the force of darkness. We've been introduced to the force of darkness, and now it's a matter of trying to figure out what's going on, how is it going on, like everything involved with that. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We don't have too much else to say. Hello, it is now the next day. This is my third day reading Salem's Lot by Stephen King. However, today is technically the second day that I've been reading it because I got a lot of reading done between yesterday and today than I did the first day. We are that far into the book. We are on page 278. We have 234 pages left to go. I woke up today thinking today was Tuesday. It is indeed Wednesday. So we are wearing our Let's Go Ghouls shirt that I think is really super cute. For spooky season, we're going to be wearing as many Halloween-esque type clothes as we can. So we are a little bit further into Salem's Lot. I have 156 pages left to go. So far, we are really enjoying Salem's Lot. Something I never thought that I would say in my lifetime was that I'm enjoying a Stephen King's book. This is now the third supposed horror book that I've read within the last week. And I'm starting to get a sense of I have no fear of horror books. There's only really one way to really test it, and it's going up against like one of the scariest books out there, like figuring it out. But honestly, like Salem's Lot, like it's categorized as horror, and just like nothing about it's really scaring me. And, like, granted, reading is subjective, so, like, what might not be scary for me may be scary for you. It's just, I'm honestly a little disappointed. Like, why can't I be scared? I would love to be scared. That sounds so bad. No, like, if I'm reading a horror book, I would love to be afraid. However, I'm reading this perfect poker face. So, yeah. That's where we're at in Salem's Lot. We are currently on chapter 13, page 356 out of 512 for this copy in particular. So we are making progress yet again. We're this far into Salem's Lot. We have 123 pages left to go. I'm going to finish the book and then I will tell you my thoughts. It's me yet again. Who else? We are currently 58 pages away from finishing Salem's Lot. I'm super excited to finish this. I honestly never thought that I would read a Stephen King's book, and my plan was for later in October to actually read my first Stephen King book, and it was going to be a different book completely, but Blind Date with a Book just said no, that I had to read this first. We are super excited to be very, very close to finishing. We're super happy. We're super, super excited. So we are in yet again with another report. We have 16 pages remaining, and I thought we could finish the book together. Well, was not expecting that ending. Let's talk about it. So we just finished Salem's Lot by Stephen King. This was not the ending that I was expecting. Definitely not. I'm giving this book 3.5 stars. I thought that the writing was, well, excellent. I enjoyed figuring things out a little bit for myself. I didn't realize where foreshadowing was, and at the very end I saw how the foreshadowing came into play. Yeah, I enjoyed Stephen King's writing. Personally, it just felt like a thriller. Nothing about it was horrific in my opinion, but I don't know if I'm defective in the horror genre. I really enjoyed this book. I highly, highly suggest, if you want kind of a more eerie, spooky read for Halloween, that Salem's Lot is definitely your way to go. Blind Date with a Book #1 was a success. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy today's video. Do all of the YouTube things you know how to do, and I will see you in a bit. Bye!